We are here today with a friend of mine, Joanna, to hear her powerful testimonial on immigration reform, unauthorized immigrants, or another name, dreamers. A few years ago, there was a man that had a dream, and his dream helped to make the world a better place. Could it be that President Obama's immigration reform will do the same? Help make the world a better place? You decide. Joanna, please, let's hear your powerful testimony.
I was brought here when I was younger, when I was a child with my brother. My parents both worked very hard to provide for us and give us the best future that they could give us. However, we were very limited to many things, and my brother and I never really understood why. As we were growing up, I've always had a passion for technology, and my brother always had a passion for culinary arts and hospitality. However, even though we applied to many academies and such, we were never able to go. My parents would say it's because of our limited resources that we couldn't afford it. At that time, my brother and I understood that that was fine, and we just kept studying very hard. There was a very hard time in my family where my dad got into an accident. At work, he lost most of his right hand, which is his dominant hand, and was placed into workers' compensation. And from there, it wasn't much, but it was something. Now with 3 children, my mom started to work more with my aunt, and I would help her out sometimes also with working with the baby. As we grew up, my brother and I were in high school, and all my friends were getting their licenses and talking about which college they were going to go to, scholarships that they were going to apply to. And I wanted to do the same because just like them, to me, I was part of this country. I was American. My brother and I were. English was their dominant language for us also, and we felt like them because in our hearts we were. At that age, we understood why exactly we were always limited. We were always limited to many things, and it was because we were undocumented here. Our parents brought us at an early age, and we had no other choice than to follow our parents here. We got here, we learned English, we were very good at school, we never got in trouble, and in our hearts we were Americans, just like everyone else. But in a way we weren't, because we didn't have a 9-digit social security number that all Americans should have. And I thought that was unfair. To some people it might not be, because it's right. But to us, and I'm sure many others, that we work hard in school, we've never gotten in trouble, and we've been here for so long that in our hearts we are Americans. It wasn't fair that we were limited to so many things because of that. So we decided to try harder in school, try to get a scholarship or get into a good school, and we did. I did get into a few schools, and because the undocumented situation wasn't as open back then, I really couldn't get many scholarships. I got into a few schools with a crazy international rate that I could never afford. My choices were either to go to school with a crazy rate or not go at all. I decided to save up some money and enroll myself in community college, and I loved it. I was doing very well. And then we got a devastating letter from my dad, which meant that he would not be receiving any workers' compensation because they weren't able to verify his residency or legal status. At that point, my sister was 5, and it was a very hard time in our family. I had to stop going to school and helping out my parents in any way that I could, working day and night to help them out. My brother was also going to, however, he was in high school. He was on his last year in high school, and at that point it felt like every door was closing on us, that everything was shutting down, everything, that we absolutely had no opportunities and absolutely no room to grow anywhere, that we were just going to be stuck in what we were then, that we were never going to accomplish what we wanted to, which was to obtain, a degree, to work here, to be Americans. And therefore we decided that he would have to graduate high school, at least have a high school diploma. And once he graduated, he helped me out a lot. We worked day and night for my sister, for my family. It was a very hard time because it's not what we wanted to do. It was not what we thought we could do. Because we thought that we could do more, because we can. We are very, very smart. We have never been in trouble. We have always done everything right. The only thing that we did wrong just wasn't our fault. And then one day, June 15, 2012, President Obama announced that he had passed deferred action, which basically gave us hope, gave us happiness. We were so blessed, we were so happy that we felt so grateful to Mr. Obama. And up to this day, I would never be able to express how thankful I am and how blessed I am. And I'm sure other families and other students around the U.S. feel the same way. I thank you so much for the opportunity you've given me, my brother, and my family. Now I can really be somebody that my sister and future children will look up to. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joanna. God bless you, President Obama, and God bless America.